Alright, hello everyone.
Hello?
Ooh, are we echoing?
Hello? Wait, am I echoing?
You are showing up on both my things. We will wait for chat to respond for a second, but I'm going to guess that you are echoing. My computer's acting really weird today.
Am I in echo, chat? Please tell me. I'm sorry. I didn't do anything different with the setup.
No, I'm guessing it's my computer for some reason. It was acting a little bit weird when I started it up, so chat is not responding. Anyways, so I guess I'll start the recap, and if chat responds, we'll find out. Okay, so recap time. So welcome back to Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. We're on case 2. Yeah, chapter 2. I can read it right there on the screen. Okay, no echo. We're good.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, thank God.
Alright, perfect. So yeah, we are at trial. So what did we find out? Byakuya is trying and failing to usurp Kyoko as our potential love interest by purchasing us for investigating Chihiro's death, which insider knowledge leads him to believe is the work of a student with a split personality called Genocide Jack. Yeah, it's really weird that, like, we found out that there's an entire shadow government and, you know, all of that, and weirdly enough, that's not what we have to focus on right now.
Also, why was he letting us read that? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what is he planning?
I mean, I'm guessing that he's gonna trot that out at the in the trial in a bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, because he's a lot of fun all the time. In totally unrelated news, Kyoko woke up talking more loose than usual and is babbling about not letting Genocide Jack take over. And Monokuma has no balls. Yeah, that was the other fun fact we found out. Let's see. We figured out that the killer strung up Chihiro with the extension cord Byakuya found in the library. Stuff that should be in the boys' room is in the girls' room and vice versa. The dead students' e-handbooks may have been borrowed because Leon's isn't working. Because remember, we found those in the main hall. Celeste tried to avoid telling us she saw Chihiro about to exercise from the warehouse, and Hina wishes she could have had more donuts so Chihiro could have spent more time with the girls. Yeah, Hina and donuts, like, I get her, man.
Sometimes you just need a good donut.
Like, a good donut just makes everything better, right?
I agree.
And then Godot's surviving student count, I can say that, is 11. So, really quick, I know that we got a new skill last time. Okay, so let's equip this one. So we got Lost in Thought, which increases the time limit for each phase. Perfect. We still have, and we got Algorithm, which increases the speed of memorizing a statement, effective during the non-stop debate.
But yeah, this is the stuff that helps us in trial, but like we get because we talked and gifts to people.
Yeah. So the more we make friends, the more skills we learn, basically.
Hey.
All right, so let's start our class trial. All right.
For whatever reason,
Let's begin with a basic
I know at some point we're gonna have to talk to Hifumi, but like I'm gonna try to avoid that. Like
determine the results.
I mean, in theory, he may die at some point before the end, so...
So maybe we don't have to force ourselves to go through that.
Exactly. There's a lot of students, you know, like... I don't know, who knows?
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived
only
everyone
showed us those
else
classified
will
documents to make
graduate.
himself look more impressive than Kyoko when she asks himself.
So,
You're
first
right.
off,
Yeah, pretty much.
let's talk about the murder weapon.
Okay, first we have to make sure... First we have to make clear what was used to deliver the final blow. I can read today, it's fine. I don't need to, you know...
I can't.
Okay, what was the murder weapon? Alright, so what bullets do we got? We have the locker room dumbbell, and that's it. Nice and easy.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
I've already forgotten what the,
It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Okay, apparently that wasn't it. I mean, That was way too loud now.
Well, okay, in your defense, he's allowed us tell characters, so...
Exactly, and also, like, he asked what it was. I had the answer, like, sorry I didn't let someone else talk about it.
What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Fine. Also, Hiro, how did you come up with that? Where have you seen an iron pipe?
Can we agree that the object that dealt the
They've been
fatal
playing
blow
way
was
too
the
much
dumbbell
on what was that?
found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood.
The killer with the iron pipe in the workout room.
Exactly.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Dude, Kyoko is like cool as a cucumber, my dude. She saw a dead body and went,
If you don't
Like,
mind,
you know what,
I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit.
Oh, we ready to start debating about Genocide Jack?
Oh no.
Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Dude, there's not enough scissors involved.
For real?
Yeah.
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
I can't wait to take down Rich Boy a couple notches.
Oh, yeah.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? Alright, a new element has been added to our non-stop debates. For this debate, white lines of noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the X button to attach a silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case, you can forget about the silencer, just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, I don't know that I just understood what I was doing, but you know. Alright, so our only evidence is the Genocide Jack case file. I suddenly don't remember.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
Ooh, I get time.
That's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Oops.
Hey, so, speaking of...
That's right, I'm not supposed to hit those.
I don't know who that is!
Okay, so... The thing Byakuya showed me in the archive, one look at that and anyone would be convinced. It shows that this was the work of Genocide Jack. Okay.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
No, come back!
Wait, that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, one more
come
second.
on! There's just no proof for it.
Da-da-da-da!
No, it's wrong.
I mean, there really isn't any proof for it, but also, this isn't a court of law, so like...
Might know one
Do
reason
you,
he could
Mr.
be involved.
Edge Boyworth?
What?
Yes, we do, Edge Boyworth.
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding
Sir,
detail.
please don't be so excited about
According
that.
to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No.
Oh god, no. No, sir.
It's actually blood.
Get out.
What more
Get out of
important
here,
is
please.
the other
We don't
and
want
it's
that.
something
We
that
don't
has
like
never
it.
been made
Lust.
public.
What do you
Never made
mean?
public? What the hell is it?
Why don't
Man.
you tell them, Makoto?
Someone, please.
Okay, the other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body. Is it where the murder took place, the bloody message the victim left behind, or how the victim was positioned?
Please.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police
I
department.
just realized how big Makoto's ears are. They're like...
Hifumi is going to horny jail.
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah, like gonna bonk him all the way to horny jail. Solitary confinement for that one.
Are we allowed to push him off his podium?
Probably, I just don't know that we can reach him.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
See, no, high-level police officials and you were aware of it. So,
there's
like,
only one logical answer. I
guess
can
and Genocide Jack, so, you know.
It don't count.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
Look at him, bebopping.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Agreed.
Yes. In fact, it's Toko.
Sir?
Sir, please. Please.
He didn't even do the dramatic pause thing. He was just like, oh yeah, it's Toko.
Genocide Jack's true identity
no question
is Toko Fukawa.
By the way, guys, it was so good.
Oh yeah.
Like, you lied!
Okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, blodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Dude, you're literally the guy who loves riddles and stuff, and like, you're the clairvoyant. Like, why you complaining about people?
Like, to be fair, Hiro's right. It is unnecessarily complicated just because Byakuya is deciding to make it unnecessarily complicated. Because he's a dramatic-ass bitch. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Alright, time for a Hangman's Gambit. 6 letters. Something. H-I. A. S. I don't know what the word is off the top of my head.
Let's see.
I guess I'll just... That's right, I have to...
Oh, in the right order?
Oh shit, I didn't realize I only
I
didn't have that many.
No.
Nobody believes me, nobody wants to hear what I have to say, yeah.
Oh, no.
Let's retry that. Oh well, we died. Everyone decided we were the killer.
Wait, how?
Is this really the end for all?
Let's give it another shot.
What?
I refuse to give up yet.
That's literally what happens if we get it wrong.
Yep.
We get accused of murder without proof.
Yep. Yeah, they just like everyone turns on us. Okay.
Okay, that's terrible.
Okay, so it's not S, A, or O, I think it was. Okay, what in this world? What in the world is this? Okay, so the second letter has to be an S, I think.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think is it schizo?
Like schizo. Oh, schizo. Yeah, schizo. Like schizophrenia. I was like, damn it, no. Oh, you got it, you got it, you got it. Schizo.
Yeah, that's
Is it because Genocide
not
Jack
correct.
has a split
Schizophrenia
personality?
and multiple personality disorder, completely different things.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior. Is it because she fainted, her behavior changed, or she arrived late?
Her behavior changed.
Yeah, she had some...
Her tongue was
You're
sticking
talking
out
about
for
how
no
she started
reason.
acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine, I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead?
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted.
The world has a front and a back, a top ending, and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies.
This is quite concerning. I mean, this sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness
What was
and saw
that?
Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll just drive out the killer, to drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know
I'd like to
all
point
this?
out how weird this entire thing would be if Toko was not Genocide Jack. Like, imagine one of your classmates just starts claiming that you were a famous serial killer with, like, no provocation whatsoever.
Especially if they had no evidence.
Yeah.
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know
Yaki
all
has
this?
good reason to accuse Toko, but also feel he's motivated by wanting to get her off his back. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
Why would you tell Byakuya of all people?
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Well, too bad.
Promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask
It's like,
you
you
to...
told me a tragic backstory without my permission, bitch.
Exactly. Look, like, you gotta get to at least some sort of friendship level before you start trauma dumping, lady.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in
I don't know if
spite of
this
that
is just
promise...
a thing in the games, but did they rename Genocide Jack, like, from Genocider Show?
Yeah, so Genocider Show is the Japanese name.
Oh! I didn't think
I'm assuming that it's a play off of Jack the Ripper in English.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Also
I'm sorry.
probably, also probably that some English speakers will be like, "What's a genocider?"
Yeah.
They're like, that's not a word, so they're probably, okay, Genocide Jack. Makes sense.
Yeah. Kind of rolls off the tongue. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Lady.
Oh god, girl, don't. You so desperate.
Of all the ways to get a date, not getting it by not murdering someone is a little weird.
I also tried to speedrun the Byakuya route and it backfired.
Yeah, really.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Oh no, he's disappointed in you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Oh, no.
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Yay, serial killer!
No! We're literally one seat away from her. Good thing he's there, so she can kill him first.
I love how they've renamed her Genocide Jill on the, her little name thing.
Genocide Jill, not Jack, I guess.
Murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a
Too
loser
damn
name.
much,
And what
sir.
happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
Oh lord.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
Why is your tongue so long, girl?
Lives another that
Why? Like, I just need to know why.
It grows when she splits personalities.
Are you part snake, ma'am?
Part lizard, part frog, something. This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane!
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
Can you keep it PG-13?
Yes, please.
What's
Oh, Lord.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Monokuma has
And
standards.
another thing, the police and
Like, you
government
can
and society
insult
and
me, you can
outside
say whatever you
world
want,
are
but
totally
don't compare me to
colors.
her.
I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary
no.
evil if you
But
want
okay.
to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
Like, this is the same take that, like, a 13-year-old that has been reading too much fan fiction comes to, you know, the conclusion of.
That or Twilight.
Yeah, life is pain. It's time to go wear black and listen to death metal in my room.
Just kidding again!
Cat wants her to have a Yuzi and Yami dynamic like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, shit, no. No,
This
don't
should
let
be enough
her
to
play
convince
card
you.
games.
This
Terrible.
murderous fiend is
Yami
responsible for
Toko.
Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Yeah, what exactly is the motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within
Not about
24
the secret.
hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Exactly.
Interesting. Very, very.
But wouldn't it be a good thing if her particular secret was exposed? Like, screw that, everybody else, but like, if her secret was exposed, then that would give the police a lot of more incentive to get over there, you know? Because there's a serial killer in here now. Like a well-known one.
Yeah.
And they want to arrest really, really bad.
I mean, I think that might be a little bit short-sighted, though, because for her, the second that they get out thanks to the police, her life is over. She's murdered over 100 people.
Well, literally, that's her problem, but then we would be able to get out
Well, that
faster.
would be great, but I don't think, if you're going to murder someone, I don't think that everyone else's well-being is necessarily at the top of the list. There's something mildly contradictory about that.
I'm not the culprit!
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion. Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth!
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah!
Tucker's like, I
could
saw
never
bullshit.
believe a word you say, you monster!
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this. Alright. Let's go into another non-stop debate. Alright, we have the status of the dead body, which I don't remember what the status of the dead body is, but,
Hey, your bullet count thingy.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
I wonder if it's a head trauma.
You killed her.
Okay, I just have to focus on remembering Chihiro's body. That must have the answer. Yeah, okay, I can see my truth bullets. There we go. Okay, so status of the dead body. Chihiro's body had been suspended and her hands had been bound with some kind of rope. Her fatal injury was a blow to the head. There we go. That should prove what he said isn't quite right.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to
Wow, the
believe
text flies really fast, too.
I know. It's kind of fun to shoot it down, though.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches.
But it doesn't. Sorry.
No, it's wrong.
Take that, Byaku. Yup.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases in this one.
Huh? How's it
We're going to
different?
argue with Byakuya, so do we still get our money at the end? Just as a question.
Right. I want money.
Like, if we win, I feel like he should still pay us because we all get to live, right? So, like...
You're rich bitch.
Yeah, I'd like my money, sir.
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell
That was
you.
the cheeriest I've ever heard someone call another person human garbage.
And now you have it in your memory forever.
I love
consider
Genocide
myself a
Jack.
professional, and I have a very
Or Genocide
particular
Jill.
way of doing things. Imagine you go to a
Genocide
fancy
Jack and
Italian
Jill.
restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Chef
This is
Boyardee!
an invention of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences
kinda want
between the
me some
Genocide
Chef
Jack
Boyardee.
cases. and
Really?
this one.
I've never liked it, so I don't know if it's because I just don't have the childhood memories of it or what.
No, I don't either, but I think I had it one time in my life. Like, we don't believe in canned food around here. Everything's organic. Like, it's very rare occasion. Like, the only canned whatever I had as a child was, like, canned peaches and, like, tuna and whatever.
Nice. Yeah, I don't really buy anything canned either. Like, I have canned tuna.
Just like, hello, preservatives, there you are.
I have a can of bean sprouts because you have to buy such a huge bag if you don't buy them canned.
Bean sprouts are so good.
They are.
I'm glad. Like, I have never had any before, I think, a year ago, and I'm like, where has this been all my life? Damn.
They're nice and crunchy. I like them.
I know.
But also, like, if you buy them at, like, Publix, like, you have to buy this gigantic bag. Like, it's a decently sized bag, and they go bad so quickly. It's like, okay, well, I am one person, and I'm not just going to eat an entire bag of bean sprouts on my own in 2 days.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, really. There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. Is it the style of the bloody message or the victim's fatal injury?
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Yes.
Bestie.
That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting
And believe we are defending a serial killer.
If the bloody message is the
Yeah. But I don't want to die. So, like, we're gonna keep defending the serial killer.
Then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto.
But also I want to prove Byakuya wrong as well. So,
Why does she like Italian food so
Stop
damn much?
comparing
Shit.
killing people to cooking?
Italian food is good. I don't know that I'd, like, compare it to killing people, but maybe I just haven't killed enough people. I don't know, man.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. Is it when she was suspended, what was used to suspend her, or how the body was posed?
What was used?
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide
You
Jack
got the
cases,
scissors.
something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the
I love how
arrangement.
much pride she takes in her work.
Yeah, damn.
We should all be inspired.
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences.
Serial killer disclaimer.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
normal disclaimer, I'm not a serial killer. So I guess when I said I haven't killed enough people, that's because I haven't killed any people.
Good.
Just, like, gonna put that out there.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen
Big
up,
Mac.
Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Wouldn't we be Little Mac?
Yeah.
Big Mac is
Word,
next to
you
me.
really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
They all kind of
A
seem to be dudes.
Yeah,
And it'll
he
be
has
plain
it in
as
for
day
the
why I
dude
couldn't have
population.
possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it? If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. Is it because Chihiro was her lover, because Chihiro was a girl, or because Chihiro was her friend?
Oral.
I got it!
She was clearly her
Is
lover.
it because Chihiro was a
Yeah,
girl?
for sure.
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all dudes, like me. Oh no, I'm next. No.
Ken Harada, 32, Tetsuhiro Honda, 17, Shoji Gaku, 23, Kanno Ise, 14, Takashi Yoshida, 30, Komatsuna Taro, Takefumi Kono, Uchida Naohira, Takashi Masamue, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it.
They were all guys?
That's
Gaslight,
14-year-old.
gatekeep, girl boss.
I guess.
That's right!
That's one way to look at it.
Passion and conviction! They're all adorable little
Yeah, how does she get the materials and means to make her own custom scissors? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, she is like a best-selling novelist, so in theory, she may be fairly rich. Now, she is also like 16, so I don't know exactly how she's hiding these purchases from her parents. Or maybe her parents just don't give a shit.
Maybe because they're dead.
Well, that's a possibility too.
The hell is wrong with you?
Genocide
Just a
gatekeep
full
girl
throttle
boss.
boy-on-boy fangirl! And the movie side of me
I love
just
it.
hates it.
Genocide gatekeep girl boss. I feel like I need that on a shirt. Now.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged man madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl,
Uh-huh.
and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
When an Italian chef says
Adorable
we start
little
making
man.
ramen just because they're both noodles, don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the
So
one and
we can
only.
conclude that
We get
Toko
You've clearly
I mean, sorry,
explained your
Genocide
hobby
Jill
and your philosophy.
loves genocide
That's not all there is
and
to
Italian food, and it's very passionate about cooking. So
It's a different matter entirely.
Genocide Jill,
You're
Iron
forced
Chef,
to kill in order
when?
to survive.
Quiet, lollipop!
Oh damn. Genocide Jill does not like Byakuya.
Lowly Cur.
I would never
would
kill for a
sound
reason
so
as petty as
offended.
mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
True, bestie.
Does make some amount of sense. Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Only stupid people.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors?
That could be it.
I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world.
They probably cut through fabric like butter. Like, I'm suddenly very jealous.
Okay,
Right?
whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Joanne, get
Are
over
you
here.
sure
I
about
know. Okay, so she's got some scissors.
No. She brought them.
She's fully equipped. That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention,
Is it okay to drop a dumbbell on her head right now?
totally out of the question anyway.
Well, then we'd have another class trial and actually be guilty.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about
And Byakuya.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Kyoko's being awfully quiet during this.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Who could have copied it? Apparently I went the wrong direction. There we go. This bitch.
This bitch right here, because he reads.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police
Gotta
records.
point out, he's pretty damn sus, and also he was the first one to bring up it was Genocide Jack. So, like...
Yeah.
And he made sure that we knew that he suspected Genocide Jack. So, like, sir, you're
Plus,
sus.
You'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
And then he's gonna throw these words back at us and be like, well, I showed you, so it could have been you too.
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her. So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls
Well,
on
you
me.
were the one to make the wrong accusation, so...
Then I must ask.
It's your
When would you
fault.
say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Right at the end of the last case, thanks for asking.
Oh no, we're gonna give him a call-up that he
Looking back
doesn't
and
want.
thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
This is Unvoiced.
Oh, and the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree?
Huh? Suspicious?
It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a
We
clear...
are sharing with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. Alright, a new element has been added to our non-stop debates. Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the triangle button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright, let's see what bullshit Byakuya is saying now. Alright, our evidence that we're not going to be using is Monokuma file number 2.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird...
If you are presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room, you absolutely
No, he told me that's just you.
Yeah, literally just you. No,
the victim was
just
Chihiro,
you.
who was a girl. So of
No,
course
damn it.
I would suggest we check the
I did it
girls'
too late.
locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
I know there's a speed up
What's
button,
so
but I don't know
strange
what it is.
about that?
You wish you'd taken me with you.
Ew, no, Hifumi.
Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realized there's a clear contradiction there, because it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we'd even found it. Okay, I need to make that contradiction clear.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird.
Byakuya, I've never acted sus ever.
But he was acting
Also, Byakuya,
weird.
a kill or be killed in this world. No one's your friend.
I know, like, dude, he's been acting weird for ages.
Girls' locker room, you absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro.
Yeah, we didn't know it was Chihiro, buddy. You sus.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer.
He's like, damn it, that's a good answer.
I know.
Shit.
He's
Wow. He complimented us. Is this a win?
I mean, I'd like to point out that probably means we're going to die later if he lives through this trial. He cannot let anyone know that the infallible Byakuya Togami was wrong.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still
Why?
too weak. Huh? What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead.
Is
Show
it
us.
not enough that I just proved that it was impossible? What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
He just wants to hear us finish our sentence. At least he's being polite about that.
Think about it.
Kyoko has realized that this case is going off the rails.
We
They're just sitting in the
talked about
background
differences
like,
between this
shit.
case and past genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
She's not willing to discuss that much. The differences between this case and other genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? Pretty sure it's the extension cord.
Yeah, from his trusty lamp.
Yep, there we go, the lamp.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
It was not rope.
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from,
But there was
huh?
a rope.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
The proof that Byakuya did it is hidden within the rope? I guess it's possible, but first, the item she'd been bound with was used like a rope. But was it actually a rope? I want to make sure that I don't need to see. Library desk lamp. Okay, the extension cord. Okay, that is mentioned in there. No, it wasn't. Byakuya didn't use rope. He used a very specific object.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended
So she's
with...
like Sweeney Todd.
It was some kind of
Yeah, pretty
rope.
much.
Was it not?
That's right!
Look, she's a serial killer with standards.
Then there must be something very
She probably has
fishy
Sweeney Todd
indeed about that
posters
rope.
all over.
Hey,
her
Byakuya,
room.
where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my
God damn it.
life. Obviously, somebody else must
What
have
is
had it
this?
hidden away somewhere.
I think I...
Oh, so if you do it too late.
So basically there was white noise in front of it.
It was some kind of...
That's right!
Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya, I'd never
Seen
seen
that rope before in my life. Obviously,
Fuck
somebody
you.
else.
must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same...
But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right!
Then there must be...
Hey, Byakuya,
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, what's wrong?
Hey.
There's a reason why they give you 12 minutes to do this, or 15 minutes, or whatever.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
With that being said, Kyoko also goes to the library a lot, and so does Hifumi. And so does Toko.
Byakuya, and you've used the extension cord in the library more than once.
I mean, I think that the point here is that Byakuya is the only one who's been in the records room, right? And the extension cord came from the records room.
And the same extension cord that was in the library all this
Excuse me
time?
as I rearrange how I'm sitting.
Mood?
Went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed
he's having
Chihiro
fun
in the
with
girls'
it.
locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even been involved. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened.
He's pretty angry.
So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
Yeah, I think that he may have messed with the crime scene. I don't necessarily think he killed Chihiro, but I think that he may be what would it be, an accomplice to make shit interesting.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk
Just
about
like,
this
it's a
little more.
game.
Yeah, because he's a sociopath. Yeah, pretty much.
Decided who did it.
Oh no,
I know,
Coco writes
still.
Sweetie Todd / Judge Turpin / Fix.
There's something
No.
that's still bothering me.
Don't give Kifumi ideas.
And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my
Kyoko, yeah, are you trying to kill all of us?
Specifically,
Yes.
I dressed it up to make it look like it was
Or are
the
you
work
just
of a
assuming that
homicidal
Kyoko will
psychopath.
stop us if we try to
What about
vote?
all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but what does that mean? Can I really just accept what Byakuya said is the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. Is it the scene of the crime, Genocide Jack's presence, or the extension cord?
Clean up the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room,
How'd you get
right?
in?
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true
Buddy, you don't have to
letdown.
be mean.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could
There
the
is.
scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, you see, because all of a sudden there's a big boob poster in the girls'
Well,
locker room.
I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there
Why
later,
do they assume that
along
girls
with the
don't want to
rest
see
of the murder
titties?
scene.
Damn.
I mean, true.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying
No, I
all
just
that.
like to say
I
that
believe I
in a
do.
weird way. It's fine. Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard?
Yep.
When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker rooms. Let's see, that's the boys' locker room carpet.
Kitty.
Yeah.
And idols, apparently. But idols, boys can have hidden windows, so
there we
what's
go.
the difference?
She was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some
Yes.
posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boob.
Why do we
supermodel.
keep
But don't
mentioning
Oh my
that
God.
she's got big boobs? Can't we just
Jesus.
say that she's a supermodel?
Right.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Makoto, we know where you're looking, my dude.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Oh my
Meanwhile,
God, girl.
The boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
Tornado. I'm
Again,
still not over
that doesn't really seem to
Still not
belong
over
in a
the fact
boys'
that her
locker
name's
room.
Tornado.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Do-do-do-do-do.
Because there was blood on the other carpet.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker
Yeah,
room
because I was
carpet.
concerned someone had pooped.
God,
Definitely
I'm
the
so
stain
happy
from
that
my
wasn't the
protein
case, or
coffee.
else I'd never want to go work out.
Yeah. I've heard of people like straining too much when they lift and pooping, but also like they've had that weight room for like 2 days.
But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room.
She has a point.
She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Why do I get the feeling that we're about to go way off the rails again?
Oh no, he's talking.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
They are a hacker.
Yeah, but Monokuma's always watching, so like... Alright, we have the broken e-handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room
I'm trying to wrap my head around the logistics of switching to entire rooms.
She was the ultimate programmer after all.
Byakuya will be like, you accuse me, then you say it might not be me. Make up your mind! That's why he's so angry.
She used the thing that was
Probably why he's so angry with her, let's be honest.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook,
So he actually did have a thought in his brain, it's just that...
I can't believe he had a brain cell.
No,
yeah, it's just
I
that,
don't think
you know,
Chihiro
Leon's
used Leon's
handbook is broken.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I'm struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation
Fucker, I'll
against
be
using
like,
someone
wow,
else's
my
handbook?
BS meter just broke. It
Actually,
literally
the
just
rule
broke.
states that loaning your handbook
It was getting there.
is prohibited. It says
No, it broke.
nothing about borrowing one.
I love how Byakuya is still very proud of himself for seeing this loophole.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook! The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring!
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Wow, all of a sudden.
Yeah. Now you know why when we lose, everyone just votes for us.
Oh. Okay.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do. Hey, Kyoko, would you like to help?
Hold on a
I was
second.
joking, but yay! Best
Oh,
girl.
no, please
I agree
don't
with you.
joke.
I think you're
We
on the right
need you.
track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got
She's
to
watching
say?
us like flail around going, you can do it. You got this. Just a little further.
There's no way
Like,
she could get in the boys' locker room.
Open your
right?
mouth, here comes the
So-
choo-choo train. I'm not gonna
Why are
spoon
you
feed
so
you, but I
sure
guess
she
I have
could've
to
done
now.
it? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait! Just what do you think you're doing?
Taking a break from the
Don't
trial.
Oh no.
This'll make
You
the
didn't
whole
like that.
trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, alright then. I declare an official
Wow,
press
just
trial
like that,
recess.
bitch. Okay, I see.
For real?
Yep.
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations.
And when are we gonna get Frank
shall we
Kuma?
go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... scene of the crime.
Yay.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to
What are you
examine the
trying to pull?
victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
That's what she told us the first time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
You go into the corner and think about what you've done.
You're not allowed.
No, wait,
Literally, you're the one person who is not allowed
Probably
here.
best if I don't run
Nope.
my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well.
Thank
I'll
you.
do it.
But you're a
A mature
girl.
person.
You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that
Oh
what you two are
god.
about?
One of you is
That's
dead,
not it at
so
all.
no.
Yeah,
screwing around.
please.
Okay.
You stay in the
Here I
corner
go.
with
I'm
Hifumi
sorry, Chihiro.
and write your
Please excuse
fanfics
the
together.
intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Are you okay?
What is it?
Oh
Not
no.
possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
Is what?
a boy.
Da da da.
Ah, I see.
He's a boy.
She was
It's a
actually
boy.
a he.
Congratulations, it's a boy.
Interesting.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
I love that Sakura
Really
is glowing. How are you glowing, ma'am?
Guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish
Oh
I
my
hadn't
god,
killed
shut
him.
up.
I mean, she does only kill adorable boys. Which I will say, Chihiro did check both boxes.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more
Put
exciting.
Genocide Jill and Hifumi in the
Now
same
let's
corner,
ride
they'll
this
kill each other and
wave
we'll
of
have another
excitement
trial.
back to the
Perfect,
courtroom
and we'll all
get
have been
back
standing
to the
here, so like,
trial.
we'll immediately get it right.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then,
He's like, thanks for your
let's
brief
resume the
intermission.
class
Now back to the
trial.
show.
I want to know, like, how quickly does he run on his little legs? Or does he just, like, pop out of sight and then pop back in sight?
I think he walks like Dexter from Dexter's Lab. Literally that
Just
weird ass
learned of the
shuffle thing he
shocking
does.
revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought
Well,
had never even crossed
fix
my
it.
mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook
Because
did,
you're only
in
allowed
fact,
to go
list his
into
gender as male,
your
then
designated
yes,
at
that would
birth
be true.
thing with your e-handbook.
Of course his handbook textbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The
I do
victim
wonder
was
kind of
killed in the boys'
what
locker
Monokuma
room
would do with
and was then
like a
later
trans
moved
character.
to the girls' locker room.
I don't know.
Exactly. What would he... Well, that's like a debate for another day. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
And to be fair, we would need to debate it with the actual Monokuma, and that's not happening. So.
Yeah, oh hell no.
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed
Like,
in the
knowing
boys' locker room?
Monokuma, I don't know how respectful he is, to be very honest.
Yeah.
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Byakuya, you're full of shit.
Hey.
Sir, you're full of shit, my dude.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Have they?
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
I'm sorry, I love how Hina's ponytail stands on end when she's upset.
That's a mind of its own.
It's like an angry cat tail.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's
Considering
the
the
killer?
fact that he didn't realize
Well, without a doubt,
Byakuya was
is
the one that
made Chihiro's death look like genocide. Jack
didn't know that Chihiro was killed in the boys' locker room, gonna guess it was not him.
But I...
Monokuma travels by totally spice too. I agree.
But
I like
aren't
that better.
You the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
our hairs that stand up too. Look at that.
And you think
Kinda-
that might be because
kinda
it
angry.
doesn't have anything to do with it?
Or scared. I don't know.
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... How can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord.
The most
knowing it
Bishonen
could connect him to the
character we
murder.
had. Why?
At least,
Why?
that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when
Well,
you
I
found
mean,
out Chihiro
that's
was
what
actually
they
a
just
guy,
wanted to be stronger.
if you really
Love
were
it.
the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons.
Well, I might
but-
have more concrete reasons if you weren't so suspicious.
Yeah, that's a you problem, sir.
Like,
That's literally a
Fine.
you problem.
I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
glad we've.
I just happened
Thank
to
you
come
for,
across the corpse in the girls'
establishing
locker
that.
room and decided to alter it.
Why were you in the girls' locker room?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now.
Effing.
I'm telling you the truth.
Is he afraid to say the word fuck?
Or is he one of those people in the meme that says cannot legally say fuck? Like, is he legally not allowed to say fuck? He's that guy.
Like, did someone wash out his mouth with soap when he was a kid? Like,
And he can't say fuck.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
because Byakuya's got a sixth
My
sense of humor.
reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, what's wrong
Now
with you,
then,
man? That's
if it
real
wasn't
creepy.
me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
Hiro,
No, I'm with Makoto.
you had one brain
If
cell
there's
that
any
sort of
doubt
like spun
whatsoever,
around
we
in a
need to
circle and then
explore
gave
every
up.
possibility.
Yeah.
Because if we're wrong,
I do not
die
want to
here.
know what the inside
That's
of
true.
that mainframe is
Very
like.
well done.
It's just
I'm
the
with you too.
symbols.
That's it.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind
He
of
does
your
not.
own?
Of course I do. What am
One of the
I, an ant or
conspiracies
something?
is he's on
Anyway,
Santa's naughty
let's
list and he
discuss
knows
this all
he'll
as a group
land
one
on
more
it if he
time.
says naughty
We
words.
still have time to make our decision.
Agreed.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
If Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means, is the killer a girl, is the killer a guy, or is the killer Genocide Jack?
A dude.
I don't know why Genocide Jack doesn't fall into the girl category, but
They're a complete different entity at this point, apparently.
that's the third gender.
Genocide Jack.
Are you a boy, are you a girl, or are you Genocide Jack?
Scared.
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues.
Just ask the guys, you did it?
Yeah.
What are you?
Bitch, who did it? Okay, so we have Celeste's account. Let's see what Celeste's account was. Okay, on the night of the murder, right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found at the crime scene.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer.
It was not. Unless Celeste is the killer. But since we've just figured out the killer was a dude, it was not Celeste.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think,
Unless
Celeste?
Celeste is also a dude.
Now that you
Exactly.
mention it, yes,
We don't know what
I did
everyone's
see
secrets
him.
are.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such
Ugly
ugly noises.
Ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Track jacket and a duffel bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
This isn't Roy.
Oh. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always did.
Well, yeah, because he couldn't get into your locker room.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
Oh god, why are you turned on by
Whoever
that?
he met up with is the culprit, right?
I think she thinks it's
So we
gay
just gotta
somehow.
figure out who it was.
Knowing what we
You're
know,
gonna repeat.
I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
I do.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
I do.
Seriously?
Celeste, I'm not a
Who is it?
dude. My
Who's the
gender is
killer?
Genocide Jack.
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag.
I'll just
the killer
assume anybody
disposed
who is
of.
not a boy or a
Focus
girl
on
is
the
just
details of
genocide.
these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for
Look,
him.
you could use the word non-binary, but that's so boring when you compare it to Genocide Jack. Like,
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on
You
two
really
pieces
think
of
we can
evidence
figure
we
out?
don't
Oh wait, that's
have?
Celeste.
and it was void, so.
And it was my
You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was
Like the
noted,
last
the
impression.
evidence
Are
is
you impressed?
already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints
no,
from.
no, we're not impressed.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Or
Easy for you
Kyoko,
to
you
say.
could just tell us.
Yeah, Kyoko, why don't you ever
Celeste,
talk in these?
Did you,
You know
notice
we're gonna
anything
die.
special about the badge or
She
jacket?
just watches us and occasionally puts out another breadcrumb for us to follow.
The bag
We're like the
was
stupid pigeon that
just
she's
a
trying to
normal
lure
duffel
into the
bag from
cage.
warehouse.
And we just keep turning around.
All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Okay,
Well,
someday
if I
we'll be a
remember
smart person.
right, there was a
And
decent
deliver
variety
letters
of
from
tracksuits to
country to
choose
country or
from.
something. I don't know.
Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's
Which reminds me, I should look up the history of that because how do you train a pigeon to do that? First of all, were they even real? I almost think it's like a myth.
I think
Or
that there
something you saw in
is some,
cartoons.
like, I don't know about pigeons, but I've heard about things like falcons and stuff like that being trained to go on very specific routes, like obviously not to like find someone, but like, you know, fly back and forth from one place to another. I have no idea how you would train one to do that though.
That's why I'm like sus. I'm like, these people probably making this shit up.
And like, it must have been really hard if we don't do it now.
Right.
Like, think about it. We could all have our own carrier pigeon. But no. Instead, we have to use the mail.
And our phones or something.
I know.
Technology. Oh.
Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow. It's really hard to believe.
Hard to believe that I couldn't see. You were always right beside me.
Alright, back to Celeste's account.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Kyoko's trying to
He was
portray
on
a
his way
superhero
to go
princess and
exercise.
she has high
So next we
intelligence
have to
standards for
ask,
potential future boyfriend.
Why did he choose the specific
Oh no, we
tracksuit
better
that he
impress
did?
her then. Damn.
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what
Gonna
you're
get
saying
matching
is
tracksuits.
the killer was wearing the same
The
blue
best
tracksuit as him?
How did
My
you...
tracksuit is black.
Okay, number one, no one was accusing you, but also, how did you know it was blue, my dude?
Cause exercising's
Oh, his Celeste's account says that they were blue.
I have a white tracksuit.
Exercising sucks.
I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing
So it is the blue thing? She's right. What he said just now is really odd. How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to...
Why did he choose?
What do you mean?
I got it! He picked it matched the one the culprit.
So, what the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
No, that's wrong.
How'd you know it was blue, buddy?
Yeah.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
Oh shit!
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's
Oh, shit.
tracksuit was?
I do kind of want to know how Kyoko figured this out. If she didn't know about what Celeste said, but
Because I just...
She's just that awesome.
she is just that good, so...
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry.
Are you talking about Chihiro?
Look, we all get our own nicknames. I'm Big Mac.
Tracksuit or didn't you?
And that's Cherry.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in
What
his
happened to the
hands.
bag?
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you
Kyoko's
did.
figured this out like 3 hours ago, and she's just waiting for the rest of us to catch up.
Focus on the
He needs
tracksuit.
popcorn.
It'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Are they allowed to bring her
now I
popcorn during the trial?
I mean, it's probably not against the
bluff,
rules,
wasn't
but also they're probably going to see someone executed by the end of this. So, don't know that you'd want to eat knowing that was coming up.
Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's
Kyoko's
right.
a sneaky bitch.
However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Oh shit!
Why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Is it the way he talked, the way he was acting, or because she hates him?
Because he hates. Maybe he was acting.
I don't know.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked
It's
up
very
on
scientific.
that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No,
You're a witch!
I'm not the frightful one.
Burn the witch.
Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering
Yeah, can we
a
not
friend.
burn Kyoko? We kind of need her.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in
Can
my
we
mouth.
separate him from Kyoko,
What
please?
gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false
Oh, buddy, I know
accusation.
he's your bestie, but
It's true.
I
My
know.
reasoning on that
This is sad
pretty
to
shady.
watch. They literally just
That was
became
fast.
bros.
I know.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all
Monokuma.
out of
New rule,
leads.
the only one who not eating popcorn during the trial is me. Probably.
My time has nearly come.
Hifumi, do you actually have something useful to say, or am I going to make you stand in the corner again?
That's what my little ghost friend
Let's
is
give
telling
Go
him a
stand in the corner
wedgie.
again.
Let's give him a wedgie
Oh, yeah,
and like
that
hang
reminds me.
him by one of the poles.
Weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that
Present
relevant.
the evidence or stand in the corner.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook.
You
I
whip her
found it
tongue
laying on
back
the
and
ground,
forth.
so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to, is it Mondo's, is it mine, or is it Chihiro's?
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It
Oh,
won't even
no.
turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right.
They're not
They're
supposed to
not.
be.
They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
So, did the boys' handbooks just like
For all your
self-destruct?
confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Did he use the
There might be
screwdriver?
some kind of mystery in there somewhere. How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
The dumbbell?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. Is it by exploiting a bug, by hacking it, or by hitting its weak point?
He did say there was a weak point, right?
He did say there was a weak point, he just wouldn't tell us where it was.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember
I remember
that?
everything except for Mondo calling people dude or chick.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
Then we can only
You figured
assume
it
that
out?
someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not
Are you going to make it a
good.
rule then?
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
So how are Taka's and Mondo's not, dead?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
And he did
If
go
the
to a
hot
sauna.
air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Oh wow, I
It's
learned
a
something
mere
new today.
trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed.
wasn't
Quite
a
the
sauna.
mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
Yeah, because remember, Taka took off his
Had
clothes,
to throw off.
but Mondo kept all of his
They'd
on.
realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I do.
I might know someone who did.
Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Sorry, Taka. Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was...
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Well, because
Mondo
he's
and Taka
sus.
had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept
Not
this.
my bro.
Show me the
I know.
proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Alright, back in the non-stop debate. Alright, we have 3 bullets, the broken E-handbook, Chihiro's E-handbook, and the card reader.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
This is an elaborate plan by Monokuma to film an educational video about the heat physics of sauna.
Then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I need to look at my evidence. Okay, so what do I got? I have the card reader. Not possible for 2 people to enter at the same time. Additionally, lending someone your handbook is a violation of school regulations. One of the handbooks had been broken. Junko and Sayaka's. Monokuma claims it's very unlikely that Leon's handbook would have broken. What my last bullet is. I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna showdown. If I can prove that, then that will show the handbook Mondo has must actually be... Is it Leon's?
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
How do I...
If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Does it? Or do you just have someone else's?
No, it's wrong.
Show us who you are.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
If you
The
open it
broken
up,
handbook
whose
that
name
was in
is
the
on
main
the
hall.
inside?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually worked. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is...
Leon
Yeah,
is
but
dead.
he's
He
dead.
can't loan it out.
Well,
Right.
here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student. But if they're dead, they're not a student.
There's the
It's kind
loophole.
of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the
Who is
rules.
the corpse?
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro?
Oh no.
Come on! Tell him he's wrong!
No,
you
bro.
Are wrong.
No.
You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
Is it comic
That
book
way,
time?
Everything
I
will become
think it's
clear,
comic book
and we'll
time.
all see if I was right or wrong.
Alright. Let's do our closing argument. Okay, so Chihiro gets the jacket, sees Celeste. Celeste sees the jacket hanging out of the bag. Chihiro puts it in and runs off. Okay. So Chihiro swipes their handbook. The girl's door. Enters the boys' locker room. Sees the killer. Let's see. Is pumping iron. I don't see
Getting good.
Yep, it must be that. Hits Chihiro on the head with it. That's when the dumbbell gets the blood on it. Chihiro's dead. Okay, then this is where we're swapping out the... Oh, crap. I have the wrong swipe in. Up an iron.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Man, why'd they give us 2 of those?
I don't know. Okay, so... Need to find... Okay, so... Pulling up the carpet, they need to take down the poster. Nope, they haven't entered the boys' locker room then. Okay. Okay, so blood gets on the poster. Pick up Chihiro. Exit. Swipe into the girls' locker room. Put Chihiro down in there. Swap everything over. Then Byakuya fucker comes in. Decides they... And let's see. With the cord, strings him up. Writes bloodlust on the wall. Because he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, why?
Okay,
That
then...
was so unnecessary.
Sauna. Killer throws the handbook in, and the handbook is dead. Let's see if we've got everything.
You! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out.
Act
even though it was officially
so
nighttime.
sinister. Damn, look at the letters.
She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Mrs. Handbook.
Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
Okay. Well, so it's not about the dumbbell. Okay, is that when the blood gets on the poster?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so blood gets on the poster then you have to take down the poster.
Here's exactly what happened. And attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster.
Okay. Moving the bloody poster. Oh, and moving the dumbbell. I wonder if that's it.
The killer is you! Which is why the killer then removing the blood.
Nope, not that either. Okay. The handbook? Because, let's see, that's putting the poster back up. We're not in the girls' locker room yet.
Yeah.
And we know it's not the door. So it's gotta be this.
Exactly
unless I've got something really wrong later.
Which is why then.
Okay. This is not good.
Oh no, we only have one life left, right? What happens if we run out of hearts?
Okay, we're gonna try this. I mean, I assume that we lose the trial and we just have to start over again.
No. Which is why the then.
Okay, there we go. Now I just have to get the rest of these correct. Probably not a good sign.
A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got
I love the implication that they brought the poster over before the dead body.
Yeah, why?
They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
And this fucker.
That could have been the end of things.
But no.
The body and decided to
Yakia has to
intervene
just be a
in the
bitch.
situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went
Again,
and grabbed
how
the
did he
extension
stumble
cord
on the
from
crime
library.
scene?
And then he got to work.
Like, what was he doing in the girls' locker room?
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion
just
that Genocide
him,
Jack was responsible for
like
the slaughter.
living out his Genocide Jack fantasy.
Yeah, that's what it kind of seems like.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
Throw that bitch in. Heat it up.
And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
Not gonna lie, I was a little nervous there near the end.
Yeah, we had one heart left.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's
I
your
literally
evidence?
just laid it all out.
You need evidence. You need proof. Without any
He's
proof,
just in denial
you
because
can't
that's
pin
his
any of
bro.
this on him.
Evidence that Mondo is the killer. That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. Alright, a new element has been added to bullet times battles.
Ooh.
Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the R1 button, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can press X triangle, however you want, to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Nega Time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Nega Time during bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. I'm going to turn my audio up so I can...
Yeah, please, go ahead.
If you were to activate Fever Time at this point... no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Nega Time. Well, good luck and have fun.
I don't know if this is fun. Oh, here we go.
I don't fully remember how to do this.
Show me some evidence.
Everyone, all evidence suggests it was Mondo, but you sucked at explaining, so now we're wording you off, Makoto.
False.
Oh. Get it? Get it?
Show
Get
me
it?
some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False.
Oh shit, okay. Let's not do that.
Show me some evidence.
So that's what happens if you
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
So if you hit Fever Time at the same time, it just maxes your tempo out. Nothing, and it doesn't negate the Nega Time.
Thinking so far is right.
To be fair, they did warn me not to use it, and I still went, you know what, I'm gonna use it.
Mondo must have
you
replaced
can't
his
tell me what to
broken
do.
handbook with
Exactly.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I
Mondo,
killed him.
why?
Oh. We got a S? A?
Hey!
Yay, we got an A. We passed.
And we got
Yay.
78 medals to spend in the gacha machine.
Yeah.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no
so
choice,
sorry,
man.
bro.
Sorry, buddy.
After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've
Oh, wow.
all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank.
I don't want to see another
Left
execution.
as the blackened this time around. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
All right, we ready to vote?
I guess. It's our boy.
It's a boy. It's your boy.
Where are the flowers?
Well, Monokuma seems to think this is a good thing.
What?
This is not voiced.
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again! That is so, the blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mono Wada!
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Why is he
Now
spitting?
then.
Well, looks like Mono's taking a word vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the circle. To fast forward the text. Once upon a time. Anyway, there was once a young boy. And his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness. To take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and he was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger.
I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at this school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro's actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used that thread of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
that's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. That thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. Something not everyone can do, like me. Damn it. That's a me problem. He was prepared to retrain his memory, his mind and body.
I'd like to point out that Chihiro died because he decided to start exercising. So I don't know what that says, but you know, like...
Right. Exactly.
What I'm hearing is you start exercising and you die.
Yeah, so is the moral of the story don't exercise? I don't know.
But sadly...
Depends how much of a death wish you have.
Right.
That would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
when he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me.
Yeah, but you're one! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were, so Chihito probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret.
Didn't keep him from killing him, but you know.
Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihito had always aspired to.
So, the moral of the story is just go to Mondo and ask him to join his biker gang and you'll be a real man. Is that it?
Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me get some courage. So he went. Wait, so he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. Is that supposed to be?
I assume that was supposed to be Monokuma,
Right,
but
I was like, that's a typo?
That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support he would be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then, Mondo did all of that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you...
Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is
That's
this?
impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone? It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother!
Well, shit.
Is this voiced?
No.
Okay. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraffs across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother was Daiyo Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daiya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daiya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2 is younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy.
That sounds so gross together.
Ew, right, ew. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the game from his brother someday, his brother's greatness reputation began to gnaw at Mondo's very soul.
The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad.
Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossips and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of this amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic! Suddenly, staying in the kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words.
My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry.
Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened.
Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team. You and me put together. It's a promise between men.
He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his brother. A lot of bees. A lot of bitches. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. And yet, sorry, damn, these voices, fuck. As soon as our killing game began, he realized. No matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely and hateful Manabingu announced the revealing of the embarrassing secret. And at that point it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Bada bing, bada boom. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, all would have been for nothing. That's why... That's why,
Mondo.
After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. Never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. It was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him.
And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you.
But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I want to change. I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever.
His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself.
I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Cheeto's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try to overcome it. It was the kind of strength I never had. I was so jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What? What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo.
Felt like I could hear something starting to creep. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you!
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya! I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him, down on the ground.
Hey!
I killed him.
I killed Chihiro.
Oh, never mind.
This time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Okay, now this is unvoiced.
Look at him! You see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the best world ever. For that he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free from his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in here? 'Cause I sure don't.
You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead, say that again, I dare you!
Yep.
Well, he's gonna hit Monokuma and die.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as you want. Is that what I want to say? But unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching.
Punishing? You mean execution?
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a
Very special
punishment
for Mondo. Oh, never mind. Wah!
No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time! Punishment time!
I said wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Oh no, poor Mondo.
Just as a reminder, content warning. We're about to see a man die.
The rules prohibit us from attacking Monokuma, but we can trash talk him to his face. Yes, we can. Poor Mondo.
Yeah, this is not gonna end well for him.
Honestly, he was one of the good ones.
Well, obviously not if he killed Chihiro, but...
And... well, he didn't... I don't think he... Oh my god, why is he wearing... Oh no, that is terrible. Why is it a circus? Oh my god. Well, this whole place is a circus, let's be honest.
Yeah, really. The cage of death.
The biggest clown is Monokuma. Monokuma is definitely the biggest clown. Wow. Okay, bitch. Yeah, look at him. He's the biggest clown.
Mondo butter. Keep
What?
cold.
Wait, why would he become butter? I don't get it.
I mean...
That was confusing.
I guess technically he's been churned a ton.
Live and death, and your soul will forever be at peace.
It can't be my
I
brother.
can't believe it's not brother. I'm butter.
That's awful.
I hate it. I'm sorry. I made it worse.
You made it worse.
I made it worse. I can't believe it's not brother.
Another murder. And another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. You know what? He screams so well, I'm just gonna let him do it.
Yeah, it's fine. Why is he spitting?
As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize, once again, that he... Of course he had to.
What a disappointment. This is the end of the game?
Byakuya? You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this is a game of life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that...
However...
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting.
His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone.
Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library, as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too?
That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it. I'm Byakuya Togumi. Do whatever
I don't particularly care. Please continue.
Thank you, peasant. Now, as I was saying, the night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him.
I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? Yes, Weed Man. He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning.
I don't know. On the contrary, if you revealed it right at the beginning, we wouldn't have all wasted our time.
Exactly. Sakura, please punch Byakuya for us.
Please.
Also mow the clown into the Oh no. I don't like him. Anyway, which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. You're welcome. I thought I would liven things up.
You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So, after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene?
But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Duh. Of course.
Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me.
Thanks to a certain remarkable someone.
I'm remarkable?
Yes, I complimented you one time. Enjoy it while you can. It's never gonna happen again.
Dobby got a sock! Dobby is free!
Dobby is free! It never did, and I was able to perform an interesting social experiment.
Interesting.
This is probably what he gets turned on by, social experiments. Once I decided to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for.
What? Correct. So that was your reason.
Are you satisfied?
I'd like to point out, all someone has to do in order to, like, get away with murder is kill Kyoko. Because, like, we kind of, like, put some facts together, but most of the time we can't back them up with anything without her help. So, like, if you all want a murder strategy...
Right, wouldn't she be at the top of the list now?
You'd think so.
Yeah, you liar. We've lived through the timeline where you didn't spill the beans and got voted off. Yeah.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on. Hey, there's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next! Yay!
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them?
No.
But you know this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is a gift to mankind itself.
What? You're over-exaggerating.
Oh, I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
What do you mean?
This bear, right here. Mean? Mean? Mean.
What the heck?
Mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Why can't I just have fun? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Byakuya, we're done listening to you.
In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. Just you watch. Bear. Half bear thing. Whatever you want. Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. Wanna go out? Oh, I mean, boo. I think it's the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Yeah, I don't ship it.
bitch. Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
Oh, so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. Don't trash mouth for you.
Yeah, except for he's not the main character. I'm the main character.
Yeah, how dare you? My taste is not trash like you. Thank you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Ooh, boo, 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 temper, temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Boo, 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 boo.
Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us.
Wow.
All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it.
I knew it. This is a Squid
Fear
Game.
and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire
No
away.
one wants to know your measurements, Bear.
Ew.
Who is
Why?
it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh, my. You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friend.
All right, and with that, we have finished chapter 2. Yay!
Poor Gino.
Yeah, we're down to 10.
Oh, yeah, surviving student count 10. Oh. That was sad.
We got the crazy diamond present.
Yay, isn't that Mondo's jacket? Are
Yep.
we the gang leader now? What?
Probably not.
Are we joining the Yakuza?
Probably not.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to end here for tonight. Next stream is Tuesday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, like normal. We'll probably be doing Phoenix Wright with Lemur again. You got any announcements?
Nope.
Cool. All right, wash your hands, wear a mask, get vaccinated. Remember, flu shot and COVID shot. Tis the season. And we will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a good night.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.